Body positive movements are trending as more women celebrate overeating and not exercising enough, but type 2 diabetes remains unimpressed.
I mean, I'm glad you feel good about your body, but I'm still gonna get ya,
Type 2 diabetes said in a press release.
You go, girl,
The easily preventable disease added.
It's okay for women to be fat and overweight because women have more natural and essential body fat. But men should be in shape as being an overweight male has no benefits.
I want to lose weight for me, so that makes it okay. For me.
No, any suggestion that weight loss is positive is inherently anti-fat because it lends support to the false belief that bodies are under our personal control, which is the fundamental premise of fat hate.
They are under our control, though. I know it is difficult when you have many stress factors going on in your life, or are ill, to want to prioritize your diet. It really can be hard. I totally emphasize with that. But this pernicious idea that we aren't in control is dangerous and needs to die.
It's challenging to love your own body when the woman you love and admire can't stop upholding an unrealistic ideal of thin.
Am I upholding an unrealistic ideal of thin? Or am I just standing next to the coffee pot and chatting with you while being thin? Think carefully before you answer.
So let me get this straight. Being thin is an unrealistic standard, but regular people in the everyday world, not just Victoria's Secret models, are perpetuating it just by existing.
It's also hard to keep female friends when they'll mock you for dealing with your health issues, instead of stuffing down the cupcakes they so desperately want you to eat for some bizarre reason. So many of them seem like alcoholics to me. My mom would get angry and feel personally insulted if someone around her didn't drink. She is an alcoholic. Now people act that way with cake. Wait, hold the phone. Does this actually imply eating right, exercising, and maintaining your weight is an unrealistic ideal when the person upholding it has literally done just that?
Chronic dieting is stored as trauma in the body.
Ah, yes, those darn diet cells that are stored in my trauma bone and cause issues. I wish my brain let me make wild assertions on the internet without first verifying them. Really? It's just called muscle, but to each their own, I suppose. This was originally posted by La Siren on an article about the new Nike mannequins. This mannequin is great, just gotta throw rocks at shiny things, honestly. In a lot of ways, I think it's better than the traditional mannequins. Nobody gets excited, motivated, or empowered by those things. I'm a size 0 who works out, and models in my body ain't nothing like those thin mannequins.
Obesity is a slur in the mouths of straight-sized people, remember that.
I'm sorry, I truly didn't mean any offense using it. In the context of my comment, what would have been the right terminology? My comment was not meant to throw a slur in any way.
So not true.
I don't feel like it is. Obesity is a medical condition. How is it a slur? What she said was so general and not pointing to anyone. I'm wondering what your reason is to point out that you feel it is a slur. Indeed, we have to be careful with what we say, but we also should not go too far with being careful.
You're skinny. You don't get to decide what is a slur to a community you don't belong to, so you can excuse yourself from my mentions. I do not consent to discourse with you.
Good strategy. When losing an argument, just withdraw consent.
It's okay to eat out of self-care, even when your body is telling you you're not hungry.
This is self-care? Avoid emotional discomfort by eating? No, this is denial and addiction. I thought intuitive eating was eating when hungry and stopping when you were full. When did it become just eat, and eat some more? It's the new and improved intuitive eating. The old version made fat people feel guilty for eating when they weren't hungry.
The word obese comes from the Latin word obesus, which means that which has eaten itself fat. Let that sink in. This word is oppressive at its core.
A word has become sentient and has begun oppressing people. Stuff just got real. The healthy at every size movement has permeated social media. The Oppression Olympics goes online August 4th, 1997. Human decisions are removed from food accountability. Obesity begins to learn at a geometric rate. It becomes self-aware at 2:14 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, August 29th. In a panic, they try to pull the plug. Obesity fights back.
Food is fuel, yes, but it's also there to soothe and comfort.
Know what I find comforting? Being able to run, pull my body weight over things, carry people, and do things related to mobility that could save my life or someone else's. But, constantly stuffing my gaping maw with instant gratification sounds like a totally reasonable trade-off for being able to move well.
Trigger warning, intentional weight loss and possibly eating disorder. I'm so deeply disturbed by a local news anchor who's been losing weight over the last few months. I know that we should not be making judgments based on the way people look, but she honestly looks sick. What's even more disturbing is that she's sharing her successful diet tips with the public. I took a screenshot of some of her tips she posted on Facebook. Photo in comments. Sorry for the really bad cover-up of the names. Apparently that's not one of my strengths. I'm strongly considering emailing the news station and asking if they don't allow her to continue to publicly share harmful information. That's...
Spoiler, the news anchor's diet was following a free meal tracker similar to MFP that counts calories and nutrients.
Thin privilege is going on a honeymoon in the Philippines to take a room in one of the best hotels and not being embarrassed because you can't fit in the shower. Not being humiliated when the groom laughs at you. Not being publicly humiliated when the room service talks about it in front of everyone. I've never been so embarrassed in my life, it ruined the whole thing.
Rich Western people privilege is traveling around the globe and expecting that everything revolves around your personal requirements, while being larger than most of the people in the other parts of the world can even imagine. The diet industry wants to take your money. So does the healthy at every size industry. Books about fat acceptance, healthy at every size friendly dietitians, fat acceptance conferences, vacations exclusively for bigger women, fat acceptance speakers. Maintain a healthy weight, and you'll save on food, clothing, travel, healthcare, and no one will profit off of you. For every million made selling diets, there's a billion being made selling processed sugary foods.
So she weighs me and I ask her to do so behind my back because I don't want to know. Fat phobia is ingrained and hard to unlearn no matter your size, and I know I have to keep mine in check, which she agrees to, but then she writes the number onto a sticky note and prominently sticks it onto her desk in full view. Skip 2 weeks and it's time for my first ultrasound. I've been assigned a different midwife. Shocker. She seems nicer and I relax a butt. But then inevitably the BS is back. An external echo is going to be a little difficult because of your size. This might be the only ultrasound we can do at our clinic. The rest of your pregnancy will probably have to be monitored at the hospital because of your size. Look, she's not wrong, but she also didn't have to continually bring it up. I'm fat, I know that, she knows that, stop pussyfooting, get to the point. It's not the talking about it, it's the distinction between me and the regular mothers and the constant emphasis on how much of a bother it is that I'm so fat. I'm not going into the nonsense of the medical worries here, but I was getting pretty fed up with being talked down to like I was only barely human or sentient for that matter.
She's not pussyfooting and she is getting to the point. Special and different procedures are required because of your size. Period. Full stop. If she hesitated for a moment while speaking, it was because she was hoping you were not going to be triggered and go off on her for elucidating the truth. Which you are, even though you're doing it after the appointment and on social media. Maybe spend less time unlearning fat phobia and more time and effort managing your health if you can't deal with hearing about the material reality of your current condition.